Hello and welcome. You're watching Parliament News with me, Munmun Bhattacharya. Let's get started with the Lok Sabha proceedings. The House had largely did proceedings today. Being Friday, it was a time for private members' resolution in the post-lunch session. After a rather uneventful question hour, the House took up issues of public importance. Members raised issues ranging from reported crimes against Dalits to Pakistan's continued interference in Kashmir. Responding to concerns expressed over reported recent increase in crimes against the Dalit population and members of minority community, Home Minister Rajnath Singh assured the House that strict action would be taken against the culprits. Answering a specific query on a recent incident, Mr. Singh said that the guilty in the recent thrashing of 2 women of a minority community at Mandsaur in Madhya Pradesh will not be spared. He said that the state government had already taken action against the culprits. The minister was responding to Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge of the Congress, who raised the issue during 0 hour. Mr. Kharge alleged that the number of crimes against Dalits and minority communities have gone up during the NDA regime. Mr. Kharge quoted statistics to highlight attacks on Dalits and cited the incident in Mandsaur in Madhya Pradesh, besides the one in Gujarat and the killing of 2 Dalits in UP, to advance his argument. Demanding a ban on cow vigilant groups like Gau Rakshak Sangh, he alleged that they have become a law unto themselves and were being encouraged by BJP governments in states. Mr. Kharge also attacked the Sangh Parivar, alleging that their members and those of the BJP are also involved in such incidents. He also cited national crime data to take on the government, saying every 80 minutes, 1 crime against Dalit was taking place. 3 Dalits were getting raped and 2 murdered every day. In his brief reply over the incident in Madhya Pradesh, the Home Minister said that this is a law and order issue. We all know it is a state matter. The Madhya Pradesh government has acted swiftly and effectively. Investigation is being done. I assure the House that justice will be done and the guilty will not be spared. This is what Rajnath Singh said. Dissatisfied with his response, opposition members, including those of the Congress, the Trinamool Congress and the left, walked out. The House also heard grave concern voiced by some members over Pakistan's game plan in Kashmir. Pakistan was playing mischief in Kashmir by interfering in its affairs again and again, they said. BJP member R.K. Singh said that it was futile to hold talks with Pakistan. He also urged the union government to look for options of proper and effective action against the neighbouring country, in fact, for spreading terrorism in Kashmir. Pakistan is sending terrorists to India and Kashmir is suffering as a consequence of that, he said. Members also spoke of state and constituency specific problems and demanded effective solutions. BJD member from Odisha, Mr. Tathakat Satpathy, said that farmers are not able to take care of cows when the animals are not milching. There should be a policy and guidelines for farmers to take care of cows, he said. AIADMK member K. Margatham urged the central government to allocate more funds to Tamil Nadu, saying the state is implementing a number of pro-poor and other social welfare measures. Dushyant Chautala of the INLD from Haryana said that when the government is trying for Digital India, Wi-Fi services should be enabled everywhere. Jitendra Chaudhary of the CPIM spoke of atrocities against tribals in Odisha. He said that on the 8th of July, 5 Adivasis were killed by police in Odisha's Kandhamal. The Adivasis needed to be provided with compensation and given protection so that such incidents did not recur, he said. Mr. Murli Mohan Maganti of the TDP from Andhra Pradesh requested the government to allocate funds for the Rajamundry airport. AIADMK member K. Ashok Kumar of Krishnagiri demanded care centres for construction workers everywhere. Ramesh Viduri, South Delhi BJP MP, complained that many BPL families do not have the option of receiving good medical help. Even poor people should be allowed to consult doctors in bigger hospitals, he said. Ajay Sancheti, a member from Maharashtra, spoke of monsoon woes in his state. He said during monsoon rains, train services are seriously dislocated in Mumbai. He demanded effective and adequate measures to improve the running of trains during rains. During the post-lunch session, the House took up a discussion on a government resolution to approve recommendations of the first Railway Convention Committee 2014. Moving the resolution, the Railway Minister Suresh Prabhu spoke about the finances needed and those available with the railways to run its network and complete existing and future projects. He said the railways are in need of a liberal injection of funds and appealed to the House to pass the resolution. K.H. Muniappa of the Congress, who is also a former MOS Railways, questioned viability of projects like the bullet trains. He said the bullet trains are out of bounds for the common man. He said the railways should concentrate on viable projects instead. He called for priority action to do away with level crossings by building over bridges. The discussion remained inconclusive as the House took up the private member's resolution as the last item of the day. The discussion on railways will resume at a later date, the Deputy Speaker M. Thambidurai announced. Earlier, he also announced that the half-an-hour discussion slated for the day on rural development would be taken up on the 3rd of August. This, he said, is being done in response to requests by members to the Speaker. The House then had a lively and informed discussion on RSP member N.K. Premachandran's resolution on the steps to ensure welfare of Provident Fund pensioners. Members across the political spectrum demanded a comprehensive and price index-related pension scheme for PF pensioners. Some of the salient features of the resolution include restoration of benefit of commutation and a return of capital to the EPF pensioners and provision of pension to the beneficiaries. EPF pension on the basis of average salary of 12 months immediately preceding retirement. The resolution also calls for full pension to pensioners as per EPF Pension Scheme 1995 after realization of full amount of commuted pension from pensioners. The discussion remained inconclusive. Let's now talk about what happened in the Rajya Sabha. The assurance given by the government that it is committed to keeping all the promises made for development of Andhra Pradesh and will fulfill all its responsibilities in hand-holding the state was the highlight of proceedings in Rajya Sabha today. Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar also gave a statement in the upper house on the missing AN-32 plane of Indian Air Force and said that India will seek US help for image detection that will help find the plane. The government said in Rajya Sabha that the possibility of sabotage and the mysterious disappearance of AN-32 aircraft of the Indian Air Force was comparatively very less and informed that the help of the US has also been sought in locating the plane. All types of techniques are being used to locate the aircraft, Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar said while replying to clarifications sought by members on his suo motu statement on the disappearance of the aircraft on the 22nd of July. I cannot speculate because we are searching for it and I will not like to speculate, he told the members who expressed concern over the plane going missing and how. While sharing the concern of the members, he gave details of the operation being carried out for the last 1 week in trying to locate the plane carrying 29 people, which went missing during a flight from Tambaram in Tamil Nadu to Port Blair. I only hope that our efforts succeed, he added, while replying to queries whether foreign help has been sought. Queried about the age of the aircraft, the Defence Minister said it was almost as good as a new aircraft. He said the accident rate of Indian Air Force is 0.23 out of 10,000 hours of flying against the global rate of 0.023 and assured the House that maximum efforts would be made to ensure that the mishaps come down. The House also saw a brief adjournment during 0 hour after an argument that opposition members had with Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi over dubbing the government for failure on various counts. Earlier, announcing the government business for the week beginning the 1st of August, Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi said that the Constitution Amendment Bill for bringing in GST would be taken up next week. The post-lunch session saw members taking up private members' bills after Finance Minister Arun Jaitley replied to the short-duration discussion on Andhra Pradesh. Replying to a short-duration discussion on status of implementation of the Andhra Pradesh Reorganisation Act 2014, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley was, however, non-committal on grant of special category status to Andhra Pradesh. He, however, promised to handhold the revenue deficit state to enable it to progress on its own. Members of the upper house, including NDA's ally TDP, earlier expressed concern over implementation of various provisions of the Andhra Pradesh Reorganisation Act. Several parties also pressed for grant of special category status to the state in the wake of carving out of Telangana state 2 years ago. Dissatisfied by the Finance Minister's reply, Congress staged a walkout from the House. Jaitley said the special status promise was not in the Andhra Pradesh Reorganisation Act 2014 but was made when Prime Minister Manmohan Singh on the floor of the House, and the government is now seeing what has to be done. For some period, Andhra Pradesh needs hand-holding. The centre will fulfill all the responsibilities it has towards hand-holding Andhra to help it reach a level where it can be on its own, he said. TDP leader and Minister Y.S. Chaudhary chipped in during Jaitley's reply to seek a resolution by the House for time-bound implementation of the promises made by the previous central government. This prompted Deputy Chairman P.J. Kurian to say that it is very unusual to see intervention of a minister when another minister is replying to a discussion. Interestingly, Chaudhary held both BJP and Congress equally responsible for the half-baked, unscientific and undemocratic bill which led to the bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh. The TDP member reminded the House that both Arun Jaitley and Venkaiah Naidu had demanded special status for Andhra Pradesh to be extended to 10 years as against the 5 years promised by Manmohan Singh. The Finance Minister explained the difficulty in granting the special status while noting that special status means that 90% of the expenditure of schemes will be borne by the centre as against 60% for normal states. The size of the cake is limited, the size of the pie is limited, Jaitley said. He said that under the new Finance Commission architecture, the divided state of Andhra Pradesh will get over 2.06 lakh crore rupees for the period 2015 to 2020 as against 64,575.3 crore rupees that it would have otherwise got. During the 0 hour, opposition members raised the issue of a nationwide strike by public sector bank employees, asking the government to respond to the demands raised by bank unions. Raising the issue, D. Raja of the CPI said that bank unions are on strike to protest privatization of public sector banks, non-recovery of bad loans and no action being taken against willful defaulters. Trinamool Congress member Shakhendu Sekhar Roy asked the government to respond to demands of bank unions, saying it is a very sensitive issue and the government should respond. K.K. Ragesh of the CPIM highlighted the problems faced by students who take loans for studies and said that SBI has sold its 847 crore rupees education loan NPA to Reliance Asset Reconstruction Company. The private company, he said, has to return only 45% of the amount to SBI and that to over 15 years. He said the SBI should have given the same offer of long-term repayment to students who had taken the loans. K. Rahman Khan of the Congress raised the issue of drinking water scarcity in North Karnataka and sought the intervention of the Prime Minister to resolve the situation. Sharad Yadav of the JDU said that the Modi government has failed to honour its promise to voters of creating 2 crore jobs annually while raising the issue of unemployment in the country. Endorsing his views, Anand Sharma of the Congress said that it was a serious matter and the situation is such that there is frustration among the youth. Jobs are not being created. Sitaram Yechuri of the CPIM too voiced his concern over the employment situation in the country, disagreeing with the comments of opposition parties. Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi said that jobs are being created in every field. He said there was a sense of optimism in the country, but if there is frustration and disappointment in that party, he cannot help it. This led to sharp reactions from Congress, JDU, SP and the left members. Slogan shouting Congress and JDU members trooped into the well demanding an apology from the minister. SP members were standing in the aisle and left members were also on their feet. Deputy Chairman P.J. Kurian objected to members entering the well, saying if there is anything unparliamentary, it would be expunged. The protesting opposition members, however, did not budge, and angry Kurian said that members cannot come into the well on the pretext of slightest provocation. Yechuri said the minister should not name any particular party. Naqvi countered him and others, asking if it was unparliamentary to say that the country is frustrated. Amid continued uproar, Kurian adjourned the House till noon. When the House reassembled to take up the question hour, Naqvi maintained that he had not said anything unparliamentary but took the name of a party which should be removed from the record. Earlier, soon after the House met for the day, members condoled the demise of renowned writer and social activist Mahashweta Devi. Chairman Hamid Ansari read out the condolence message. With that, we conclude this edition of Parliament News. Sansad Samachar is up next. Stay tuned for that.